Hello, hello, I'm the official name writer. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're looking to the last of the loyal three, Fezandipiti. Okie dokie, hunky dory, question mark. Okay, this one actually has a proper kind of scorch thing, so maybe this episode will go a little bit longer. Let's see what the internet has to provide for our birdie friend. I'm 99% sure that's not how you spell bougie, but I am okay with the idea of bougie bitch. So if you gotta play around with it to make it fit, good for you. Also, based off this one, it probably will censor the word bitch, so you might have to, get past the censor that way. I don't feel like this one's gonna fit because it's already like 1/3 of its name, and a fez is a hat, and I don't feel like that's gonna translate well either to this. So you tried, but not very hard. Alright, so there's pretty much like nothing here Fezandipiti wise, but I did have the thought. I'm going to be honest, it's probably been like 20 something years since watching Powerpuff Girls, so I'm not sure how well it will apply, but maybe if you can, and if you know Powerpuff Girls better than I do, see if there's like some way that you could maybe work all three of them into Powerpuff Girl villains. I don't recall a dog or a bird. The closest thing I could think of for maybe Fezandipiti could maybe be like Sedusa. I don't know what you could do for the dog, but if you know how to do that and you're a Powerpuff Girls fan, maybe you could make that thematic with Mojo Jojo as Monkey Dory. Personally, I don't agree with the S tier. I also don't get the EU Groose. Like, I assume it's based off a bird or something like that, because I don't know. I see Groose and I think of Groose from Skyward Sword, but that's also probably bird origin, so I don't know. Bronzewing to me feels like Tumblr idiot type shit. That's not that great. Katy Berry, I feel like is smart, but probably gonna go over most people's heads. Peanut Head is stupid, but considering I've seen Butthead on Magmar and Hothead, like, I feel like this is somehow mildly better. Fandango we've seen before, and I remember trying to associate it with something, but I couldn't think of what. Because my mind's like, oh, well, there's something with bird, but I don't know. I remember looking this up and not finding what I wanted. But Fandango is a name we've seen in the past before, and I've been okay with. I think it was maybe been like Oricorio. Maleficent isn't bad, but probably not the thing you should be putting on this bird last. Maybe put that on Black Dragon or something. Game Bird makes me think of Wave Bird, like the controller for the GameCube, but I feel like if you're going to do Wave Bird, maybe put that on like Pelipper or something like that. Or Cramorant, and you could do that. That could kind of work. It's not great, but I feel like it's significantly better than Game Bird. I've seen Legal Eagle plenty of times on a ranker, which I just realized we haven't come across a ranker in the Loyal 3. Isn't that interesting? So Regal Eagle is kind of the same vein, still nothing special. Cranberry and Plum, we've seen things like Strawberry, Blueberry all the time, so it's only fair to acknowledge the purple counterparts of those. I'm going to be honest, as far as the Centiskorch one goes, this has not been as good as some of his other things. Okay, so this has nothing to do with nicknames. I type it in, and there's like, we added Fezandipiti. It also says Minecraft Java, so I'm not sure if this is meant to be, I think it was Pixelmon was the Minecraft Pokemon. Maybe it's just a different version of that made by some other idiot. So there's that, I guess, in case you didn't know that existed. These are always going to be irrelevant. I've gone to Game 8 too many times to know that. This is just his homepage. That's what's a Fezandipiti. That was blank. We looked at that, and then we looked at Reddit, and that was it. So there wasn't much for Fezandipiti. All three of the Loyal 3 were kind of blank and empty, but they're both new, and they're all new. They're all legendaries, so it's not too surprising, but it is what it is. Plenty of different bird-based Pokemon out there you can take inspiration from if you need, like any gen bird, like fucking Pidgeot, Unfezant, or Staraptor or whatever. I understand, admittedly, I feel like some birds can be kind of harder to come up with nicknames for. Like, I still don't have one that I'm really crazy about for Staraptor or Unfezant or, yeah, that's pretty much it. Even I guess Pidgeot, I'm still not too crazy about the one I have, but I understand. Alright, comment suggestions, which I think this is actually hilarious. All three Pokemon have had 3 suggestions. I wish I could say that was intentional, but that's just the way you guys work. So good job. Captain Fabulous, Pink Captain Falcon. So that's an in-joke from the Smash community where one of Captain Falcon's outfits is him in pink and they call it Captain Fabulous. I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. Sadly, probably the best suggestion we've seen the entire episode. Frizzle Fred. Yippee after the cry. Alright, so there you go. I don't have anything written down. I didn't find anything extravagant. I don't nickname legendaries, so that's that. If you can think of a bird that exists, maybe take a look and see if you can find any other better ideas. The only other poison flying I can think of is like Crobat, which is not this, so maybe don't do that. And then as far as fairy, there's Togekiss, and I guess technically Enamorous if you want to use those as inspirations. Maybe take a look at those episodes. But in other words, just think of a bird. You could probably find something. There's plenty of decent bird ones out there. Like, I named my Swellow Aerosmith. You could put that on any bird if you wanted to. It's just a band name. But that's that. Any other ideas and suggestions, feel free to put in the comments below. Give thumbs up to the ones you think are good. Let us know what you'd use or recommend. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.